Okay, welcome. This is Bill and Ralph from our Phoenix location. They're the parts managers, and we are going to talk today about O-rings, right? Because last time you and I did it went on nozzles, it went really well. One of the things that people I think get a little bit confused about is what type of O-ring, how to remove O-rings, what to buy, what not to buy. We're doing this kind of live in the parts room, so excuse any background noise or traffic or phones ringing or people coming in or whatever. We'll just hit pause. But anyway, I was talking to Ralph earlier, and what I found out was that we only sell Viton O-rings, right? And why is that?
They're good for 300 degrees Fahrenheit and aggressive chemicals.
300 degrees and aggressive chemicals. So they make all different types of O-rings, right? I looked it up, online. There's a ton of different ones, right? But we only sell Vitons up to 300 degrees, chemical resistant, and high heat.
Correct. Yeah.
And if you're going to buy an O-ring, how would you know if it's a Viton O-ring or not?
You should probably check with the manufacturer, whatever it says on the package.
Okay.
Make sure you're not getting. Buna is only good for 210 degrees.
Buna is only good for 210 degrees. Okay.
They look alike, so just make sure you get Viton.
In the old days, when I was in the mobile washing business, we had a yellow and white dot on the O-ring that signified Viton or not Viton or high heat or not. They don't have that anymore. It looks like most of these are just
regular black.
Just a regular black.
Yeah.
Okay. And so if you go on our website and our online store, we don't offer anything else except for that.
Correct.
Not really a reason to.
Nope.
Right? Why buy something that's not going to be high temp or high heat? Because even if you just have a cold water washer, you may want the chemical resistance.
Yeah.
Okay. So what about taking them out and putting them in as far as what you should do? I see you've got a pick set here. This is your bait. Do we sell this?
Yeah, we sell that. You can pick that up at an auto store, or
we sell it online, or you can find it in any kind of auto store, tool house,
anywhere.
or maybe your local dentist office.
Yeah, it's pretty simple.
You steal it from your cleaning,
and you just go in there, and usually it's broken by the time that you need to replace it. Just pick at it and get it out of there.
Okay.
And then there's a slot that you got to put these O-rings in. So just grab a screwdriver and tuck it in without cutting it.
But the bottom line is that if you don't put it in the right way, you won't be able to put the nipple, right? We have a nipple that we can show. So if you don't put it in the right way here, then this won't work. Yeah, and this is another thing that you don't see too many people that know. You gotta kind of slant it, especially if they're old or not working well. You gotta kind of just cut it to an angle and put it back on an angle, right? Yeah. We'll do a few more of those a little bit later on too. But so the bottom line is, if you have any kind of a tool like this, you don't want to use this to get it out necessarily. You want to use that to kind of push it back in, like a small flat bladed screwdriver.
Yeah, whatever tool you have, that'll work too, because it's usually broken by the time you have to replace it, so it'll just pull right out.
But this gets up and underneath the O-ring, pulls it up out of the deal, and it's just a lot easier. Should be for any pressure washer person or any contractor, whatever, should be in their toolbox.
Yeah.
Okay. And there's two sizes, right?
Yeah, this is for the 3/8.
3/8
for the hose, and then this is for the wash nozzles.
Okay.
For the quarter inch.
In the pressure washer business, those are only two used.
Yeah.
How about half inch? There's half inch O-rings.
Yeah, we have half inch. We've got 3/4 inch.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay. And we have those all online?
Yeah. We'll have them on hand, yeah.
Okay. And Bill, you were talking about earlier about how you really only like to stock these because you don't want to get customers ticked off.
You don't want the customer mad because they bought a cheaper one.
Right.
You want them to buy the best and tell them that this is what you need.
And like 80% of our customers are hot water customers, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Maybe more, right? We don't have a lot of people that are just cold water only. They may have a cold water washer, but they also may have a hot water washer. And so if you're trying to separate O-rings and you've got both, you're a contract cleaner or you're a industrial company or property maintenance company or whatever, you may have different types of pressure washers,
Mm-hmm.
but you're not going to stock different types of O-rings because the money difference really isn't worth it.
Right.
I mean, we're talking maybe what, pennies, really? I mean, for the difference in price, we can look that up a little bit later. But if you're just going to buy something, buy the hot water O-rings, buy the Viton O-rings, and just be done with it.
Yeah.
And stocking these things like couplers, nipples, O-rings, the pick tool, a flat blade, a tiny flat bladed screwdriver will save a lot of time. One thing that I notice a lot while we're on the subject of O-rings and couplers and nipples is that people, especially new customers that maybe have just purchased a piece of equipment, they have a really difficult time on if an O-ring goes out and they don't have this extras, they don't have the tools to get it out, they think they're completely screwed.
Yeah, a downtime, yeah.
But there's a workaround for that, right? And that is that if you want to, you really shouldn't have an O-ring or a coupler and nipple. A lot of people like to have this between the gun and the wand. This is a point of flexibility, and this is a point of wear. So what's going to happen is, because you're twisting this, you can't not twist it. You're better off to just screw the gun straight into the wand, any wand, right? Yeah. And the only place you should have an O-ring is on the end of this, right? That screws in here, that's going to your hose, okay?
Yep.
Okay. But let's just say, for example, you're out on a job site, you don't have any O-rings, and you don't have any extra couplers and nipples. What's the workaround for that?
Yeah, you can go directly in.
That's right.
Yeah.
You can just take the hose and screw it directly into the end of the gun, right? 3/8 inch hose, some pipe tape, Teflon tape, whatever you want to call it. Screw it directly into the gun, and you're good to go.
Yeah.
And you can do that almost on the other side too, right? I mean, this is a variable pressure wand, a little bit more difficult. But if I had this sleeve down, I don't know if we have any other wands in here, but if I had this sleeve down, which you can do with an Allen wrench, pull it back, you can take this off of here. But the only problem is, if you have a nozzle like a quick clip nozzle like this, this is the only thing you can do, right?
Yeah.
Only thing you can do. So what you need to do is, you can have extra threaded nozzles, but if you're going to have extra threaded nozzles, you might as well just
have O-rings.
Just have O-rings and extra
cheaper.
couples, right? And then just unscrew them and put them in, so on and so forth. Okay. All right, good. So, just something that I ran across that I haven't seen much on the internet about O-rings and quick couplers, getting them in and out. The guys here do a fantastic job of stocking product. We'll give a little shot of our front parts counter here when we get done. We'll take a little quick video also of the taking them out, putting them in. We hope it's been helpful. Thank you for watching. If there's anything else that you would like to see, let us know in the comments. And also make sure and go to www.sceclean.com for all your pressure washer needs. And you can always call Ralph and Bill here in our Phoenix office if you need anything else. Thanks and have a good day.